Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to briefly talk to you about dieting, and I suppose this is going to be probably the start of a few questions. But the point that I want to make today is probably almost like a little bit of a reality check in a sense, where I want you to come away from thinking or getting confused and caught up in the world of dieting, because there is not only so many diets out there, but there is so much information. It's all conflicting, it's all confusing. And today I want to try and take some of that away and simplify it just a little bit, just to make things a little bit easier for you. And the way I want to do that is I want you to understand that calorie deficits are the underlying principle of all weight loss. So without a calorie deficit, there is no weight loss. So what we want to do then is figure out the next step to that is, how am I going to achieve this calorie deficit? Now, no matter what diet you chose or you decide to choose, basically what happens when you go on a diet is it's helping you achieve a calorie deficit. That's the point of all diets. You go on a diet, you then cut a certain amount of calories out of your diet, whether you know it or not. And what happens is over time you start to lose some weight. So that is in essence what all dieting is trying to achieve. So what we want to do is realize that there isn't one diet isn't better than the other. The only reason why that is the case is because certain diets are going to suit certain people more than others. So a diet that works for me isn't going to work for you, and vice versa, which is probably why you've had a friend or a family member or someone say to you, hey, I've started this diet. I've lost 5 kilos off it already. I'm loving it. It's the best thing. I don't even have to think about what I'm doing. And all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to try it. And then what happens? It sucks. You don't lose any weight off it and you hate doing that. And that is not because the diet isn't effective and it doesn't work. It's that it doesn't match your personal preferences. And I suppose if there's something that you can take out of this video, it's that. And it's the fact that as long as you're achieving a calorie deficit, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Now, there is going to be a little bit of debate in this when it comes to the comparison between eating healthy and eating for weight loss, because they are two separate things. And once again, that's probably something I have to talk about on another video. But what I want you to do is I want you to think, it doesn't matter what diet I choose, it has to help me achieve a calorie deficit. And the second thing from that is it has to be suitable to you. And you'll know before you even start if it's going to work. So if you're umming and ahhing about if a diet is going to work for you or a specific way of eating, and you're kind of questioning it, then don't even bother starting it, okay? Because that's basically, if you're already kind of debating and arguing with yourself if it's going to work or not, that means you don't necessarily agree with it. And it also means that the foods or the choices that it's asking you to make don't match your personality and your preferences. So avoid that and save the time. What you'll find is you'll come across a diet or a format or a way of eating that actually appeals to you, that will give you enough motivation to go, hey, I'm going to give this a try. And then you'll be off to a great start. And to the point where I know when someone's going to be really successful at a way of eating and a diet is because they know it's going to work for them before they even start it. So if you read about a diet and you have this light bulb moment and you go, oh my gosh, this is going to work for me. I know it. It's absolutely me down to a T. Then those people have great success because they've found something that kind of perfectly matches them and it suits their lifestyle. It's easy to implement. It's with the foods that they like, and they don't really have to think about it anymore after that. So that's a really important thing that you need to understand and consider. Okay, so calorie deficit is king. All right, the method you choose is completely up to you, but you are obviously trying to choose something that you enjoy doing, that you can stick to for a long period of time, and basically makes sense to you, fits with your personal preferences and your lifestyle. So I hope this helps, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please let me know.